Hey guys, it's MBSC1 again, and I want to talk about my new favorite thing in the world, and that is this Flareon deck, if you can even call it that, because that is such a minor thing in the deck. Um, it's it's pretty cool. I've only played a couple of games with it, but I found a build and I really like it, so I want to talk about it. So I'll just go over the list. The first thing is, let's go with the trainers. I've got 2 Pokemon Catcher. I know it's really slim, but it's really hard to fit all the stuff you need in the deck because there's 26 Pokemon. So 2 catchers, 1 Super Rod. That's definitely necessary, even though you're trying to get Pokemon in the discard pile. You still need a Super Rod. Excuse me. 4 Ultra Ball because you're trying to get Pokemon in the discard pile to use Flareon's Attack Vengeance, which does 10 more damage for each Pokemon you have in the discard pile. So you really need the Ultra Ball. Even though Level Ball would be really good, you just really need to get this stuff discarded. So that helps. 2 Enhanced Tamer. I thought I had 3. Well, I guess 2. I might go with 3. Actually, that's funny. I thought I had 3. And then 2 Silver Bangle. Maybe go up to 3 because there's a lot of non-EXs if you can fit that. 3 Float Stone. I like 3. I've seen 2. Maybe I'll go to 2. But I need 3 a lot of the time because about half the time I start out with something I don't want to attack with. Like a Garbodor or a Drifblim. I mean, not Garbodor, Trubbish or Drifblim or something like that. So I like having 3 Floatstone, but some people do 2 or even less than that. And then I'll leave my Pokemon till the end because that's the most interesting part, honestly. For my energy, I just have 4 Double Colorless Energy and then 6 Fighting Energy. So that's sort of slim. It's pretty good though. My supporter line is 2 Random Receiver. I just count those as supporters anyway because they pretty much are. And then 2 Colress, and then 4 N and 4 Juniper. So that's 14, not bad. I'd like to do one more, but like I said, there's no room, so you kind of got to work with that. And then the fun part is the Pokemon. So I'm going to say them all at once and then go over them slowly. There's 1 Mr. Mime, 1 Mewtwo, 1 Terrakion, the Revenge Terrakion, 1 Stunfisk, the one with Muddy Water that does 20, and it's like a mini Landorus basically. 1 Landorus EX, 2 Trubbish, 2 Garbodor, 3 Drifblim, 1 of the Drifbloom with Shadow Steel, and 1 of the one that does... It's Derail, that's what it's called. So 1 of each of the Drifbloom, 4 Eevee, obviously, 1 Espeon, 1 Leafeon, and 4 Vengeance Flareons. So that's 26 Pokemon in all. It's kind of crazy, but it's basically a tech deck Tech deck. It's funny. Anyway, it's basically a deck full of techs to use against what's popular in the metagame right now. And it was made by a guy whose name I can't remember, but he top 8'd at Worlds with it, or maybe he was top 16s at World with it. But he also had Tropical Beaches, and I have no Tropical Beaches. But it's not really a big deal because half the Pokemon in your deck, you can use their attack anyway, like Eevee's Signs of Evolution. You get to search your deck for 3 Pokemon that evolve from Eevee, so it's really nice if you can get like 3 Eevees down on the first turn and then use that and get like an Espeon, a Flareon, and maybe Grass Evolution, which Leafeon. Anyway, so you can use Signs of Evolution on the first turn, and you really don't need Tropical Beach. I mean, that would be nice, but like it's not super necessary. You can also use like Stunfisk or Landorus or Mewtwo on the first turn, and that's about it out of your first turn attackers. Everything else kind of just don't want to use on the first turn. So I have 1 Mr. Mime just to block all the bench damage. There's Kyurem, Landorus, and Darkrai, and then Genesect, and they all do bench damage. And all of those things are popular right now, actually. Landorus might be kind of weird, but 2 decks that run Landorus top 8'd at regionals yesterday. Or yesterday and today, I guess they finished today. But anyway, so that's still popular. And then Mewtwo I just have because I figure I'm running Double Colorless Energy, and it's good against Genesect and Darkrai and Keldeo. Like, if you just attach... You can just play a Mewtwo out of nowhere, attach a DCE to it, and do 100 to Darkrai for 1 attachment, which I think is amazing. Some people disagree with me, though. Some people think Mewtwo isn't very good, but I think it's awesome. And then Terrakion, so that you can one-shot Darkrai's. If they knock something out, then you can do that revenge for yeah, 90, and then it's times 2 because of weakness. Then I have Stunfisk. I originally had 2 Landorus, but I switched to 1 Stunfisk and 1 Landorus because I figure you can attach a Bangle to it, and then you're doing like 100 to a Darkrai or a Thundurus instead of doing 60, and then you get to snipe the bench for 20. So it's kind of either way, and plus it's 1 less prize, which I like because there's not very many EXs in the deck. There's only 2 actually. It's kind of crazy. It kind of goes against everything this format's about, because you usually tend to have a lot of EXs and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, next Pokemon, Landorus. I just have it so that it's good against Darkrai and Thundurus. Not so much Thundurus because the Kyurem can just one-shot it, so I don't really use it against it. But and also if it's the end of the game and they only need 1 prize, I like having an EX up because it's kind of like a 2-for-1 type thing. If you get what I'm saying. Anyway, and then there's 2 Trubbish, 2 Garbodor because Blastoise is really good, and you basically need Garbodor if you want to go against Blastoise and survive. That's pretty, or you can do Genesect Freezing because they have weakness, but anything else Blastoise kind of just runs through. So you really need to have Garbodor in the deck. Also, Leafeon's good against Blastoise because it's a grass type, and its Energy Crush attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy that they have in play. So if they have like 5 energy in play, you can one-shot a Keldeo or a Blastoise, which is really nice. Sorry. And then I have 3 Drifblim and 2 Drifbloom. I'm not sure if it's 3 Drifbloom or and 2 Drifblim, but I get them mixed up. But anyway, 3 of the basic one and then 2 of the stage ones. You know what I mean. Like I said, 1 with the Derail and then 1 with Shadow Steel. I feel like I like the Shadow Steel one better, but I like that the Derail one has free retreat, so that if I don't have a Float Stone in play, every time they knock something out, I can just put it as my active until I decide what I want my active to be for that turn. And then it also gets energy in the discard pile to set up for the other one, because Shadow Steel isn't going to do very much if you don't have very many special energy in the discard pile. So that's why I've got a 1/1 line of that. And then 4 EV, obviously, because I've got a bunch of evolutions. And then 1 Espeon, kind of to work as a Tropical Beach, because its first attack for a colorless energy does 20, and then you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, which is really nice, because if you get any supporter drains, you can just use that in the beginning turn on your like 2nd or 3rd turn. It's really good to use it. 2, and then Leafeon is mostly just to when you're going against Blastoise, like I said. It's also can be good against like Darkrai or Genesect Virizion, even though Virizion also Genesect and Virizion are also grass type, because Energy Crush, you know, like I see games where Genesect Virizion decks have like 12 or not 12, like 7 or so energy on the board at once, and so I mean Leafeon can do a lot of damage against those decks because they just like Genesect Virizion runs like 14 energy in a deck or something like that. So Leafeon is still good against that too. And then Flareon, just because you have all these Pokemon, and basically if you just discard all the Pokemon that you don't need for that matchup. So for example, if I'm going against Plasma, I probably don't need Garbodor, so I can just Ultra Ball those away. I'm probably not going to need Leafeon, I'll just Ultra Ball that away. I'll keep the Drifblooms, it's really important. I'll probably get rid of Terrakion and Landorus. Might use the Stunfisk so I can do damage to that Thundurus. I'll probably get rid of well, I'll probably keep the Mewtwo. But anyway, you discard different cards depending on your situations. So you get that. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of straightforward. Some people think it's a hard deck to run. I don't really think so. But the Ultra Ball, like what you discard with the Ultra Ball, can be kind of a hard decision sometimes. If I could, I would run 1 Beach. I don't think I would run 2. And then I would switch out the 2 random receivers for 2 Skyla to make it more consistent with getting the Beach out. So, yeah, it's really fun to run, and I would recommend it. And I hope you guys try it out. And that's all. Thanks for watching.